Hey everyone, this is Towelliee with TGM, bringing you a little 2v2 arena action. Myself and Enhanced Shaman, Eric Katana. Let's call him Eric. So we're doing Prot Paladin, a PvP, along with an Enhanced Shaman. He has pretty good gear. He's almost there to 3k resilience. I decided to start this team. I've heard that this combination is pretty good. Prot Paladin Pharaoh, Prot Paladin Rogue, Prot Paladin Enhanced Shaman. I made a post on our forums on Death Rock, and he said that he wanted to join. He wanted to be dedicated and, take this team as far as it can go, not quit like most of the other teams do, and we're doing it. Right here, we basically just focus down on Hunter. Hunter puts a little bit of pressure on Eric. I pop Holy Radiance, toss him 2 Flash of Lights, get back on a Hunter. The priest got CC'd back there with a Hex, so he couldn't really even help out his Hunter if he wanted to. He's Shadow at the moment. He didn't even put up any dots or debuffs on any of us. I'm not sure if this team... I mean, it was Monday night, so it just could be one of those things where the team is just, looking to hopefully get a free win or hopefully get an easy team that they can get points off of, but obviously that didn't happen. They ran into us. Brick wall. And here we go. We're going to finish this. And dead. Easy points. Right now we're not in the big MMR bracket or anything, so you're not going to see any type of exciting matches, but as we gradually get higher rating, I will be posting videos after every night that we do arenas. Might be every night, might be once every other night, who knows. Next team we face here, this was an interesting matchup here. We get a Hunter, Prot Paladin. At first I'm like, man, this is going to be cake. So I go ahead, I set the Paladin as my focus, which is my SUF bar all the way to the right. So that the reason I do this is every time that my Avenger shield is up, I have a focus macro that just tosses it at my focus target, which at this point is a Paladin. So this basically keeps the Paladin silenced every 15 seconds, maybe more if I get lucky and I get more Grand Crusader procs. Ooh, 29k shield slam on the Hunter there. You could tell he's not really rocking the resilience that much. A little bit of feigned death, comes right back up. And he's putting a lot of pressure on Eric at the moment, or excuse me, me. He's actually trying to take me down. I'm not sure what they're kind of thinking in Vent. Are they like, or if they're using Skype. We were using Skype. I don't know if they're like, all right, let's try to take down the Paladin. Let's try to get him the bubble. And I'm like, not really. He's really not hitting me for much. As you can see, my incoming damage on the left is just really minuscule at the moment. Like in the past, 15 seconds, the biggest hit I took was 3k. So he's obviously rethinking what he has to do. But as you can see, every time that my Avenger shield is up, I basically, just turn in the Paladin's direction, shoot him a quick Avenger shield, get right back on the Hunter. We probably could have done a lot better job of CCing the Paladin. We were stuck in frost traps the entire time, and basically every time that we had a CC, we tried to chain it in a form that we get an Avenger shield. After the Avenger shield, we can get a HOJ, but it wasn't up. So basically he's only silenced for 3 seconds. He can easily just wait it out and toss a huge heal at the Hunter. I'm trying to keep my eye on his cast bar over there on Gladius. Right here it should have been a death, but it was not. We just didn't get enough pressure on the Hunter. We didn't get enough CC on the Paladin. So this fight's going to go for a while here. Eric was in trouble a lot, so I basically had to play defensively. Had to stand back. At this point, I'm using my Word of Glory to get him back up as soon as possible. At that point, I couldn't even afford to get a 3rd Crusader Strike to get a 3 Holy Power WOG on him. I just basically had to use my 2 at the moment. Right at this point, we almost lost it. I said, get in my range, please. So I tossed him a Word of Glory plus 2 quick Flash of Lights. They healed him for about 23k total. And we were kind of back in business at this point. I'm going to get out of this goddamn fucking frost trap and just freedom and try to get more pressure on the Hunter here. What we're trying to do is I'm trying to tell Eric to just start LOSing the Hunter, start having him kite you, and let me, just work with the Paladin a little bit. Maybe we can get a quick break. Ooh, nice 17k Avenger shield on the Paladin there for silence. We can get a quick break where maybe the Hunter LOSs the healer, and you'll see at the end of the fight that's exactly what we do. We get the Hunter to chase Eric while Eric is very low HP. Right now, Eric's low. I give him a 3-point WOG with an Eternal Glory proc. So I give him about 24k healing right there. And right now, I'm putting a little pressure on the Paladin. I'm trying to maybe, keep him from healing the Hunter, but I'm obviously not putting enough damage on him. So let's see. I'm going to give him a few more flashes. 17k Flash of Light crit, followed by another 11, followed by a 12. So that's about, 40k healing. We're back in business again. 17k Avenger Shield Silence on the Holy Paladin. I mean, man, it's like sometimes with these matches, especially with healer DPS and your double DPS, you kind of have to pick and choose what you're going to do. Do you want to take out the healer? Do you want to put pressure on the DPS and just CC the healer? Which is probably the ideal thing to do. But there was some comps where Eric was just taking so much damage that I just couldn't apply the DPS that we needed. I had to just bam go right here. He's like at 1% HP, and it's like, oh no, I hit him with a 6k word of glory. He heals himself. I'm like, oh man, right there, that was the game. That was the game. Another 1 point word of glory. I couldn't really afford to even build up 2, and I only healed him for about 5k. But right now I'm just spamming word of glory, flash of light, 11k, get him back up to about maybe 20%. And right now he's just doing his kite job. He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And what he's doing is he ran out of mana, so he took the pet behind the little coffin thing in the middle and just started, getting melee swings from the pet, which will give him back mana. So he was getting his mana back so he could toss us a few more heals. I'm in trouble right now. I'm in this trap for the next, from like 7, I took the full 7-second duration. And luckily, word of glory, crit 25k, brings Eric back to about 30-40% HP. All right, so now we're back in business. Now it's kind of like a reset for us, and by that I mean we each have about half of our HP, not everything. So we're gonna put a lot of pressure on the hunter right here. I'm gonna pop my wings. We're gonna go ballistic, and we got him right here. We have him. The paladin was hexed. Paladin got out of the hex. Avenger Shield, I threw it at the hunter, followed by, I think he died to my Retribution Aura damage, and I do a little teabag action, because I'm a fucking douchebag. Sorry about that. But that match probably should have been over a long time ago. By that, I mean that we probably would have been dead. We should have been dead a long time ago. They just didn't put enough pressure. Here we go. We have Resto Druid Fury Warrior. Now, this is why Fury is OP. Look what happens in the first 5 seconds. I'm just, I go right after the Druid. I want to put some pressure on the Druid because I think he's squishy. I can tell from the beginning, 26k shield slam. I'm like, yeah, this Druid's squishy as hell. By the time I make the first turn, look at Eric's damage. He just goes down. I was like, holy fuck balls. Bop. I'm trying to get to him so I can toss him some heals. I still have my focus on the Druid there, so every time my Avenger Shield is up, it hits the Druid. And that warrior, man, that's what's going to be really overpowering with Fury Warriors, is that in the first 10 seconds of any arena match, even in Battlegrounds, a warrior can just totally destroy you. I mean, I dueled a few Fury Warriors from my own Guild 7 on Deathrock Horde, and it was pretty fucking brutal, man. They would just charge me, blow all their cooldowns, and even with 3,500 resilience, I was down from 130k to about 30k in about, I'd say, 4 or 5 seconds. It is really fucked up what they can do. I think in the future what I'm going to do, if we get this type of comp again with a Fury Warrior, as you can see right there, I'm just playing defensively. There's no way. I put my hand of sacrifice up on Eric already. I'm trying to tag the warrior as much as I can with my Crusader strikes so I can build up enough holy power to keep healing Eric so we can maybe come up with a strategy. I'm like, all right, dude, what are we going to do here? I don't know. I hit him with another 16k Wog. At this point, we know that the Druid is squishy, but we just can't turn to the Druid. Okay, we can't turn to the Druid right now. Even if we were to Hex, HOJ, stun the warrior, that wouldn't be enough time for us to kill the Druid. You'll see at the end what I'm talking about. I'm Cyclone right here. I'm clone. I have no trinket. Can't get out of it. So, I silent. Go ahead and put a silence there on the Druid. We go right back on the warrior, and the warrior is just all over Eric. And Eric's doing a really good job of kiting around the middle. And I'm not sure what else we really could have done in this fight. I just basically had to be defensive, playing defensive mode the entire time. Avenger shielded Druid every time it was up. And during the fight, I noticed that I was Avenger shielding the Druid for a lot of damage. There comes a point here where I shoot an Avenger shield at him, and it hits him for about 24k. And I say to myself, yeah. And right there, I parried a fucking Sacred Duty, 3 Holy Power shield slam, which pissed me off because the warrior was at 30%. If that shield slam, there you go, 24k Avenger shield. I said to myself, something's not right here. So wolves are back up. We got the warrior on the run. Not really. That warrior's like, there's no way this team's going to beat us. And in my head, I'm thinking, there's no way we could probably win this match, unless, we somehow just totally break down the Druid. The Druid, I think right now, no, he's not in tree form. He goes in tree form in a bit here. There you go. My Avenger Shield's up. Tossed at the Druid. Back on the warrior. And basically, I said the warrior was my holy power generator, so I can get 3 every single time and just hit Eric with it. Right now, Eric's at full HP. I was getting focused there for a second. I had to blow my cooldowns, my shield wall. Probably should have saved my Ardent Defender. Sometimes, you know, in a tight situation, you're getting focused down. You just start fucking mashing all your fucking buttons on your goddamn mouse, and you're like, okay, good. So Word of Glory, Eric there for 15k. Toss him a few Flash of Lights. 1, 2. I get a third, so I basically heal him back to full. So we're basically reset. Put an HOJ right on the Druid. Go right back to the Warrior. I'm watching him silence him right after he gets out of the HOJ for 16k. So our plan, our strategy is working. The strat is working. The execution of it is not. We're CCing the Druid enough that we can take the Warrior down, but the Druid just isn't, you know, completely CC to a point where we have enough damage output to take out the Warrior. So at this point, it's only a matter of time before Eric's just going to die, and I really have no other cooldowns left for him. At this point, I'm Cycloned. He dies. I say to myself, all right, let me see what happens. I told him, dude, that fucking Druid is squishy as fuck. Let me tag him real quick and see what I can do with it. So, let's see. I Word of Glory myself heal. I'm on the Warrior right now, so I do a quick switch. He's in tree form. I'm going to pop all my cooldowns. I'm going to pop my Trinket plus Avenging Wrath, my wings. Red Bull, give me wings. Get all red and nice and shit. And look at that. I'm hitting him for 12k Crusader Strike, 28k Shield Slam. He is on the run. 13k, 10k Hammer of Wrath. I think, honestly, I don't know. I was at about 10k HP with no cooldowns left. But if I would have actually killed him with a bigger crit or a hit of Hammer of Wrath, I might have been able to War Stomp the Warrior, give myself a quick heal, and just maybe run away and get myself in a better position. But that didn't work out, and we lost that match, unfortunately. So the next match here is going to be Resto Shaman Rogue. And we faced this team twice in a row. Rogues were a bitch for us. If anyone out there has really good strategies with this comp or with any double melee comp, like Prot Paladin Rogue, Prot Paladin Pharaoh, Prot Paladin Enhanced Shaman, against another Rogue team, by all means, please let us know. Like, this Rogue was really bad, actually. He just, he didn't put up enough pressure on Eric that I was scared that I had to, you know, baby him and pamper and bop him and heal him. At this point, I give him a 16k WOG with 2 quick Flash of Lights to get him back to full HP. I'm gonna put some pressure here on the Resto Shaman. I'm gonna wait till I get, there we go, 3 Holy Power Points, 20k Shield Slam. Right now, Resto Shamans have a lot of survivability, as does every Shaman. I see that the Rogue is almost dead, but he got his heals. God damn it. So I'm gonna go right back. I got the Shaman as my focus target, so he's getting Avenger Shield every time it's up, just like I have been the whole night. 25k WOG with a 14k WOG back to back Eternal Glory. Ooh, excuse me. Breakfast. Eternal Glory, by the way, for those who don't know, is basically every time you have a 30% chance to not consume Holy Power when you use your Word of Glory. So basically, if I have 3 Holy Power points, I use Word of Glory, there's a chance that those 3 Holy Power points are not used, which means I can use back-to-back Word of Glories. And sometimes it procs like crazy. I've seen it proc 4 times in a row when it's just like Word of Glory, Word of Glory, Word of Glory. It's like 4 WOGs, like, you know, back-to-back-to-back-to-back. So right now, I'm trying to put as much pressure as I can here on the Resto Shaman while Eric takes care of the 27k Shield Slam. Give him an Avenger Shield for 26k. He's gonna go down. We got him. Hammer up. Fuck your face for 18k. Took that Shaman down. At that point it was just like a switch. I told him I'm gonna pop everything. I'm gonna blow up the Shaman because it doesn't seem like he has that much resilience at all to survive a big burst from a Prot Paladin or probably any class. And the Rogue goes into stealth, and I don't know what he's doing. Eric's like, does he really want to play this game? He dies. I'm like, God damn it. I actually felt like teabagging my own partner there real quick, but I didn't. 13k Shield Slam. I'll take care of this Rogue pretty quick. Rogues are not really a big issue for me, 1 versus 1. Obviously, Poison Spec is really fucked up, you know? Especially, like, I know in the Poison Spec, what is that? That's Assassination, I believe, right? Someone could correct me on that if I'm wrong. But man, once they put up those poisons, their poisons are fucking critting you and hitting you for more than their actual, like, 295 eye for an eye crit. What? I'm probably going to switch that to the Judgment talent, because eye for an eye is really not doing as much damage as I would hope it would be. Our last match, I believe, is also against that same team. Actually, no, I think I might have another match. I'm not sure. I forgot how many matches I have recorded here. It's about 20 minutes worth of footage of my arenas from last night. We went from about a 750 rating to a 1500. I think our record is something like, I don't know, it's like 25 and 14, 22 and 16. It's something like that. And pretty much every team we've lost to has been like a rogue combination. So here we go. I'm going to consecrate. The rogue already had come out, so it was kind of like a delayed reaction by me. I'm going to get on the shaman real quick. There's no pressure being put on Eric whatsoever. This rogue is really not doing any damage. We switch to the rogue. I have the Resto Shaman on my focus, so when my Avenger Shield goes up, it's going to hit him. You see right here, I hit him with the Avenger Shield, silence him for 28k for a few seconds. Gives us more uptime on our damage on the rogue. And I'm going to go over there. We're going to give him a nice Hodge. I'm going to go back on the rogue. Rogue is really getting pressured right now, but so is Eric. Eric's going down pretty hard here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give him a 26k World of Glory, 17k crit from my Flash of Light, get him back up to speed. Now we're both reset. Rogue got healed to full. Shaman's back up to full, but now we're going to put some pressure on the Shaman. I call for a quick switch here, and I put a little pressure, 18k Shield Slam. Let's see, 9k Avenger Shield, give him a silence. And basically, let's see, he tries to cast his Hex but didn't get it off. He tries to cast it again, got interrupted by Eric with a Wind Shear, and we got him down. 6k Crusader Strike. Rogue is going to go down. Going down, baby. Going down to Chinatown. And for some reason, Eric's just like, man, this Rogue just has it for me. Even after, we killed their Resto Shaman, he's just going fucking balls out, balls to the wall, hammer down. He's fucking going right for Eric. But he leaves the arena. We win this match. And let's see, what do we have next? I'm just remembering the matches as we go along. This here is, let's see, I believe this is Shadow Priest, Frost Mage. Okay, so when we had a double caster team like this, what we did was we basically split the damage. I said, okay, I'm going to go on the Shadow Priest, you go on the Frost Mage, because Frost Mages are really big, are a big nuisance to me, because I have to constantly just use all my trinkets, bubble, freedoms, just to get out of all the bullshit they do. And apparently in-hand Shamans are really nice. Ooh, 19k Shield Slam. In-hand Shamans are really nice against mages, so I was fine with that. So I went ahead and I put the Priest as my focus. I'm going to silence him right here with the Avenger Shield. He goes down pretty quick. It doesn't seem like he's really geared at all. He dispersion there in the beginning, and what I did was when he dispersion in the beginning there is I bubbled right there. What I'll do sometimes is if I have a target at really low HP, which is hammer range, and he fears me or they put me in a CC, I'll just automatically bubble out of it and just finish the target off. But what I did before was, when the Shadow Priest got on about 50% HP, he dispersion and he tried to run away. But what I did was I HOJ'd him while he was in dispersion, which is sometimes a bad move, but I thought it was a good move on my part because I didn't want him to kite me around the pillars. And that's what he was doing. He was trying to get to the pillars to get away from me. So while he was in dispersion, I HOJ'd him, and we continued as we were. After he was out of dispersion, I just kept my Major Shield on to silence him. This match here is a Balanced Druid Boomkin and Locke. I'm not sure what type of Warlock he was. I believe it was Destro. I mean, I just may be wrong. Like I said, I'm not too keen on every single spec in the entire game. But we eventually just win this match. It was basically, I'll put my focus on the Warlock. Whenever we faced a Warlock team, I was the one who was basically just putting the pressure on the Warlock, or not even really just putting the pressure, just keeping up my Avenger Shield silence, War Stomp, Hammer every time it was up. The worst thing you want to do is let a fucking Warlock just free cast. And even with double DPS versus double DPS, I chose to just stay on the Warlock. And I'm pretty sure Eric was able to solo this Boomkin, which he was. It was no issue whatsoever. But thanks for watching. This has been Towelliee with TGN, showing you a little 2v2 arena actions for myself and Eric Quintana, in-hand Shaman, Prot Paladin PvP. Twitter.com/TowelTheTank, Facebook.com/TowelTheTank. Any suggestions, anything that we could have done better? I know there was a lot of mistakes we made. I could have probably used Holy Radiance a lot more during these fights. I could have used my Hand of Sack when it was up a second time a lot during these fights. But things can only improve. We've only been a team for 2 days. We're up to about 1550, 1580. We're going to try to break 2K sometime in the next few days, which shouldn't be that hard. But yeah, thank you for watching. Once again, Towelliee with TGN. Stay tuned. More arena videos coming up. And stay tuned for tomorrow. It will be episode 3 of Who Needs CC? ? In Dead Minds. Peace out.